Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Aishatul Hani binti Anwar and my student ID is 20234699942.
My name is Wanafarti Najwa binti Bashalhan and my student ID is 2023400728.
My name is Farah Izora binti Muhammad Fazli. I'm from class BA119 1D. My matrix number is 20236983664.
My name is Aina Nadira binti Adnan. My student ID is 2023223468.
Question 1. Explain briefly on the concept of compound interest and list of formulas that can be used in compound interest. Compound interest is calculated on the original or principal value and the accumulated past interest. Through compound interest, you can know how much you will earn on your investment and how much you will pay above the cost of the principal amount of a loan. For example, when you make an investment, you will receive the interest. However, when you borrow money from a bank, you will pay the interest. There are two types of interest computation and they are simple interest computation and a compound interest computation. Simple interest computation is based on the original principal. It does not change from time to time. Meanwhile, for compound interest computation, it changes from time to time. The principal value increases from time to time according to the compound interest rate. In compound interest, S stands for future value or accumulated amount. P stands for principal or initial value, I stands for periodic interest rate, and N stands for number of interest period in the investment period. To find S, the future value, you can use the formula of S equals to P in bracket 1 plus I to the power of N. Same formula is used to find P, but make P the principal value as the subject and the power of N will be negative. Hence, P equals to S in bracket 1 plus I to the power of negative N. Capital I is the difference between future value and principal value. In order to find the capital I, you can use the formula of capital I equals to S minus P. Question 2a. Mariam deposited Rm 5,300 into a saving account that earned 12% compounded monthly. How long would it take for the investment to become Rm 8,544 ringgit and 80 cents? In this question, P is Rm 5,300, S is Rm 8,544 ringgit and 80 cents. To find I, K is divided with M. K is 12% or 0.12 and M is 12 because compounded monthly, and we need to find T, the period of the investment. We will use the formula of S equals to P in bracket 1 plus I to the power of N. In detail, the formula is S equals to P 1 plus K divided with M to the power of MT. Now, we just replace the terms with what it stands for. So, 8,544 and 80 cents equals to 5,300 in bracket 1 plus 0.12 divided with 12 to the power of 12t. Move 5,300 to the other side to divide with 8,544 and 80 cents equals to in bracket log 1.01 to the power of 12t. After division, we will get log 1.6122 equals to 12t in bracket log 1.01 because we swapped the position. Next, we move the log 1.01 to the other side to divide with 1.6122, which equals to 12t. We will get 48 equals to 12t. Now, divide 48 with 12, leaving t alone. Then we will get 4, as in 4 years it takes for the investment to become Rm 8,544 and 80 cents or T.
Hi, I will be explaining question 2b. Humaira opened a savings account which offered an interest rate at 4% compounded monthly with an initial deposit of 4,000 ringgit. 3 years later, she deposited another 1,000 ringgit into the same account. Determine the accumulated amount 8 years after the first saving and calculate the total interest earned. From this question, we will need to calculate by 2 period of time, which is after 3 years and after 5 years, which will give us the answer for the accumulated amount after 8 years. We will be using the formula S equals P in a bracket 1 plus I with the power of N. Now we will start to calculate. First, we need to calculate the amount after 3 years. P is 4,000 ringgit, which we will see it is the first initial deposit from the question. To get I, we will need to do a small calculation, which is K over M. K is the interest rate, which is 0.04 or 4%. And M is actually the M is the number of interest period calculated in a year, which is 12, which is mentioned from the question. The interest rate is compounded monthly. Then this will give us I equals 0.04 over 12 and will give us an answer of I equals into 1 over 300. To get N, we will need to multiply M with T. T is known as the period of time. With all the information we have, this will give us S equals 4,000 in a bracket 1 plus 1 over 300 with the power of 12 multiplied by 3. With that, we will continue calculating the N, the period of time, and this will give us S equals 4,000 in a bracket 1 plus 1 over 300 with the power of 36, and this will give us our final answer, which is the amount of savings after 3 years, which is 4,509 ringgit and 9 cents. And after that, we will add another 1,000 ringgit because after 3 years, it is said that Humaira deposited another 1,000 ringgit. So we will add the 1,000 ringgit with the amount of savings that have been earned after 3 years. And that will give us 5,000 ringgit, 509 ringgit and 9 cents. And this will now be considered P new. And we were using this P new for the next calculation, which will then give us a slightly similar formula as the first one, which is now S equals P new in a bracket 1 plus I with the power of N. With all the information that we have now, we will now have S equals 5,509 and 9 cents. Well, 9 cents, yes, from the calculation that we had just now. In a bracket 1 plus 1 over 300 with the power of 12 multiplied by 5. We will calculate the N to get our complete calculation form. We will now have S equals 5,509 ringgit and 9 cents in a bracket 1 plus 1 over 300 with the power of 60. And this will give us our final answer, which is the amount after 8 years, which is 6,726 ringgit and 58 cents. That is our total for the cumulative amount after 8 years. And now we will calculate how we will get the total interest earned, which is to get our answer from the cumulative amount after 8 years, minus it with the initial deposit that has been made by Humaira, which is 5,000 ringgit. And this will give us a final answer, which is 1,000 ringgit, 726 ringgit and 58 cents.
Question 3. Explain in detail the concept of annuity and list the related formula. Concept of annuity. Annuity concept enable people to plan for the future in terms of investment of saving. For example, correct and effective use of annuity concept enable people to make a good decisions. What is annuity? Annuity, also known as a series of periodic payments or deposit usually made in an equal amount at an equal interval of time. Example given of annuity are short rentals, insurance policy, installment payment, and annual dividends. In each case, equal payments are deposited or paid periodically over time. Next, the related formula in annuity divide for 2. First is the future value. Future value of an ordinary annuity string is sum of all the future values of the periodic payments. Future value measure how much a series of regular payments will be worth at some point in the future. The formula is S equal to big R bracket, open bracket, 1 plus I, close bracket, power by N minus 1 per I bracket. S stands for future value, R for periodic payments, small I for interest rate per interest period in percent, N for number of interest period in the investment period. And lastly, formula to find interest charge is I equal to S minus NR, where the S for maturity value and NR for the total payment. Next is present value. The present value or initial value of an ordinary annuity certificate is the sum of all the present value of the periodic payments. The present value formula as follows. A equal to R bracket 1 minus and open bracket 1 plus I and close the bracket power by negative N per I. A stands for present value, R for periodic payments, I for interest rate per interest period, N for number of interest period in investment period. The interest charged or earned, big I from investment or loan in the annuity is given by I equal to NR minus A, where A is the present value and NR is the total payment. Next, question 4A. Nadia purchased a car at 150,000 ringgit. She needs the repayment in equal monthly payment over 9 years at 7% compounded monthly. Find the equal monthly payment and the interest charge. First, we need to list all the information that given in this question. In this question, we need to find highlight which is the A, M, N, T, K, and I. From this question, A is 150,000 ringgit, M is the compounded monthly that known as 12, T is the year which is 9 year, K is the rate compounded monthly, which is 7%. Next, we need to find N. How to find N? N equal to M multiplication by T, 9 years, which is 12 multiplication 9, so N equal to 108. Last, we find I that is 0.0 divided by 12, so I equal to 0.005833. After that, we need to identify the formula to use at this question. So the formula is A equal to R bracket 1 minus and open bracket 1 plus I and close the bracket powered by negative n per I. Means, in this question, we need to find R. After that, we enter a number according to the formula. So let's do this. 150,000 equal to R, 1 minus open bracket 1 plus 0.07 per 12 powered by negative 108 per 0.07 per 12. After enter all the number, we need to count the question. We should count a number that in the bracket first. That means 150,000 equal to R in bracket 79.96. So the answer for equal monthly payment is 1,875 ringgit 94 cent. Lastly, we should find the interest charge. To find the interest charge, we need to use the formula I equal to NR minus A. 108 open bracket 1,875.94 close bracket minus 150,000. The total is 52,601 ringgit 52 cent. So that is the answer for interest charge.
Last but not least, we proceed to question 4B, which tells about a girl named Sarah who is a student of a private university. 3 years ago, Sarah deposited Rm 1,500 every 3 months into a savings account that earns an interest rate of 9% compounded quarterly. She spent the whole balance in the account to make a deposit for her registration at a private university. So from the situation just now, we are required to find the deposit amount that Sarah paid for her registration at a private university and the interest earned from her savings. To find the deposit amount, we need to use the formula of capital S, where we need to find the future value. From the situation just now, we know that the value of R is Rm 1,500, which is the value of periodic payment. The small letter I, which is the periodic interest rate, is equal to K over M. K is for the nominal interest rate, which is 9%, and the frequency of conversion, which is M, is 4. Also, the small letter n is refers to M multiplied by T, and the value of T is 3. Then, after we calculate and substitute the value, we will get the answer for S is Rm 20,403.33 cent. For the second question, we need to find the interest earned from her savings. The formula to find the interest earned is S minus with N multiplied by R. Since we already know the value of S, N, and R from the first question, let's just insert the value and calculate. So, S is equal to Rm 20,403.33 cent minus N multiplied with R, which is 12 multiplied with Rm 1,500. By the multiplication of N and R, we got the answer as Rm 18,000. So, Rm 20,403.33 cent minus with Rm 18,000 is equal to Rm 2,403.33 cent as the interest earned. Now, we move to the last part of the question. Upon studying in the university, Sarah obtained a loan of Rm 7,000 at an interest rate of 5% compounded monthly. She promised to repay the debt through monthly installments over a period of 10 years. Determine the monthly payment amount. So, whenever you see the keyword loan and promise to repay from the question, you must use the formula of capital A, which is to find the present value. From the question, we already know the value of capital A is Rm 7,000 because it says that Sarah obtained the loan. The value of interest rate is 5%. Also, we know that the value of M is 12 because it is compounded quarterly, and the 10 years is the value for T. So, what do we actually need to find? We need to find the monthly payment amount, which is R. We can just insert the value that we had found just now. After we calculate and substitute the value, we will get the answer of the monthly payment amount, which is Rm 74.25 cent.